All right, so we messed up big time. Welcome in. Today on No Shortcuts, we are going to be working on some lime soil samples and getting some alfalfa planted, as well as some oats. So that's on the docket today. One of the things I wanted to change is I'm gonna start possibly, you know, we might have some episodes that have multiple months in them, and I'm only gonna do one selling event of the goods that are perishable. I think that's the word I'm looking for. The milk, the eggs, the lettuce. We're not gonna do that every single month if we do 2 in an episode, so I just wanted to kind of put that out there. So we're going to probably at the beginning of March do that, but we have somewhat of an issue that we're starting out with right now. We ran out of mineral feed. I forgot that was a requirement for the type of barn we have. Kind of wish I could change it, but we're not gonna. So we have some cash, mineral feed. All right, we're gonna buy like 4 of these because we can. $4,000, and someone here is gonna help us load these up. So we're gonna get this one home. That's all we're gonna be able to carry. We'll come get the other 3 later on. But this should get us back into business. We're gonna have no milk for a little bit, and to be honest with you, I think we'd probably have dead calves and dead cows. Luckily, it's Farming Simulator, and that's not a thing, and we're going to completely take advantage of that, so I might just one by one go get those. But I hope this instantly gets the... Well, I don't know if the robot actually matters, or if it... Why isn't it taking it? Oh, because it's strapped in? There we go. Okay, so now feed should improve. Them poor cows. Them poor cows. We're going to have to take a look at that and figure out soon when we're going to have to make more silage. I imagine we're going to want to do that pretty quickly here. Yeah, I forgot about it. I'm not going to lie. I forgot about it. So we might just start feeding them hay. We'll find out. I think we might actually start doing that, but... Anyways, rough start. We're going to lease an Icera Pro. We're also going to try to figure out today how much money we need and what our budget is going to be for making some cash. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing things. I thought I saw a gnome. Anyways, let's go ahead and go get that leased. We do want to get some soil samples going on, and I think it'll be cheaper to do it this way than it would be to completely rent out or to just purchase the soil data. The alfalfa field will need samples from since we extended that field. And then the new one that we leased at the end of last episode, we're going to want to get samples on that. I don't think that we had the samples already. So we'll go ahead, head on into the dealership, get that leased, get that going as the first thing today. It's been a long time since we've manually done soil samples on this channel, so that'll be fun. I should have brought something that could pick these up. We will get them before the end of the episode, and if we don't, I'm going to charge myself $10,000. How about that for a challenge? $800 to lease. Might as well do it. Imagine this has some hoses. All right. I think we'll head out to the leased field first. Let's open up our map because I'm not even sure what the best way to go to that is. Oh, it's the one right by it. That's right. We did go with that one. So yeah, the 2 fields that we'll be doing samples on, they're pretty much right next to each other. And we should be able to see in the mini map where we need to go. And we'll just head on over here, center this thing, and try to, do as few samples as possible. And I don't remember the buttons, so we're just going to use the keyboard here with B. That sample going. And then we'll scoot up, and I'm guessing this is going to be 3 or 4 samples on this field. We might be able to get away with 3. Yeah, let's see if we can get this 3rd sample here. All in one go. Just barely going to have to do another one. That's all right. I want to get the whole thing. So I don't know if you get the bonuses without doing the whole thing. I'm not sure. I think the equipment won't recognize that location to do the little bit of rate changes that it does, for seed and for fertilizer and lime and all that. So that's good there. We got those samples going. And I don't remember if there's a max, but kind of head out over here to our new field, newly leased field. Oh, we also need to do some fertilizer on the other field in front of us. Let's try to maximize this. I think that's about as good as we're going to get there. And then we'll start heading, I guess, east-west here. Or is it north-south? We'll turn and see. It is north-south, okay. Always throws me off when the direction, the little arrow on the left moves on its own. But at this point, I think I will stop talking and just focus on getting these. This is going to be a little bit. Right now, we're looking at 6 samples, so it shouldn't be too expensive to get this done, and this is the right time to do it because we got a little bit of cash. Man, this is important but tedious work. We're up to 20 samples. That might be the max. I know there is. It might tell us here in a second we can't take another one. But the snow is really going to dictate how far we get in progress in February, and we'll make it March at that point. But it is starting to come down a little bit. Little flurry going on here. And should just be one more after this one for a total of 25? 24 samples. So we're going to compare the price, but I think with this size of a field, it might have made sense to just buy the samples. I think that's good right there. Might just have a little speck, a couple pixels that we don't get sampled here. All right, so that'll get back to us here in a second. And we're going to go return the Icera Pro because I don't believe we have anywhere else that we need to do samples on. So we should be set there. You know, just a quick little job with it. So $3,600 just came in, or was taken out for the analysis. When we get a chance to pull over, we will take a look at that. Okay, so hoses and drop it. Get it returned. Okay. Going in here is this field. We go to precision farming. Would have been 5,700 bucks. So we definitely saved money there. That is exciting. Okay, I think we could probably get away with at least one field of lime, if not 2 of them. There's 4 that have to be done. I'm gonna go size smallest to largest based on if snow appears on the ground. We're gonna have to pause. So let's get the spreader, and I think we need to buy some lime. So I kind of want to get through at least, the things I'd like to do is upgrade, you know. We did an upgrade on the tillage. I wouldn't mind taking a look at what our options would be on a seeder and planter to get those to be bigger. After that, I'm not really sure what exactly I would even want to upgrade. So we'll do these. Like this spreader, you know, is fine. There are better ones and bigger ones, but at this point, I don't think that's something I would want to spend money on. And the PTO, and then we'll go over to the lime station. And I don't remember what we have in here in capacity. Nada. All right. We're going to need a lot. So yeah, we'll spend the 14,000 on that, which is probably at a premium and more than it actually costs, but it is what it is. Paying for the convenience, I guess. Which I guess kind of makes sense. Maybe there's a delivery fee, now that I think of it that way. Okay. I can accept that. Oh, we never even looked at what the soils types were. We'll do that when we get pulled over here. And we'll just see it probably while we do the actual lime. And away we go. So we got loam right here that is putting 8. It's like we never did lime on, or yeah, it's like we never did lime. I'm a little confused. Maybe we didn't, but this field does feel pretty large compared to when we first dropped in here. Oh, that's right. We messed up because we did it at the wrong day. I'm remembering now. I'm remembering. So this should be a little bit lower here. And some loam still. That's not terrible. So I want to try to see, is the game going to let us? And just automatically grab this field. It does. And we can do long passes that way. Which I think seems like a fun way to do it. And try to avoid the headland if all possible. So we do have loam here, so I guess while we're in cruise control, ooh. Half the field's good, half the field's bad, and this one's mostly bad. We should have been paying attention to these yield percentages when we decided on the leases, but we got what we got, and we'll make the best out of it. Time to get it done. Kind of feel like we made decent progress with that on the first load there. Now, being able to load this on the field would be nice, especially with the size of fields that we have. So having to drive back, you know, back and forth, back and forth. We are doing the furthest field first, which I guess was a wise decision, unintentionally. And then after these two, I'm going to look at which field we're planting in March. Because I think we are working on one that we're not planting until April, which I think kind of a mistake, but you know, because one of these we're gonna want to lime one, if not two of these in March, if we're lucky with weather the rest of February. So we'll get back out to the field, get lime done on these two, and I think at that point I'll probably rejoin you. The weather does seem to be cooperating for the most part. It's still, you know, a little bit of flurries out here. Nothing is really sticking. And I am going to pull over and we're going to remember which one we should prioritize between this field and that field for lime next. So field 4 is going to have oats. Field 1 is going to have sorghum. So if we go to the calendar, sorghum's not going to be till April, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, sorghum and soybeans will be in April, and we're going to want to do alfalfa, and oats in March. So I did find it a little bit easier to actually care about the headlands. I was trying to be cute there. Get locked in here. Whoa, come on, let's go. Wasting lime. So I did, yeah, I think doing the headlands is wise, but this is such a big field. This field is huge, and it's going to be a lot of oats. And it's going to be a lot of time. And a lot of lime. Well, it's only usually 1.75. So this should go by pretty fast, actually. Yeah, some areas like this only applying 0.88 should make the lime last a lot longer. You know, my assumption when we first saw this map was it was pretty flat. And you can see the angle here pretty good. This is pretty much uphill almost the whole way. But it's such a big field that you don't really tell. Oh yeah, that's a good view right here of seeing how low, when we look at like the horizon here, how low those buildings look. We're way up here. That's crazy. 175 here because we are in loam, and then we're going to switch soil types again here in a second to silty clay. And it's still 175, so pretty consistent. That's good. Doesn't seem to be using a lot of lime. Okay, hold on. See, lime says good. I don't think we do it this time. I'm not being lazy. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think the little bonus that we're going to get from good to perfect is worth the money. I might regret it, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to think through this a little bit. It's such a big field to lose even 5% yield. See, over here we have bad and okay throughout the whole thing. So I think this one, like if you had to prioritize one of the two to actually do, I think it would be this one. Oh, bro, we're here. Let's fill up. But I kind of want a worker to do that while we're planting. I've decided against it. We do have a small section done that we can look at the expected yield bonus once the time comes. So this is going to stay right here, and we're going to sleep. We're going to sleep. All right, it is morning. We do have some rain in the forecast. I'm going to go ahead and just let the worker do that, and we'll have to fill that up when we need to. We're going to sell the goods and such. Oh my, this is working. We're going to deduct $10,000 for Bailey loading up today, and that's to kind of catch us up, you know, from the past. And I think I'm going to do 1,000 every time. So we're going to have to make sure it's worth it. So 10,000 after we sell this, we will deduct. All right. Heading in, we're going to go to the farmer's market. Prices don't seem to be too different for us to, you know, go to multiple places, and we're not going to sell milk this episode. We will pick up on with milk next time. They just weren't healthy long enough to produce much, so it's not really worth it. Looking good back there, though. And did we pass our destination? No, we did not. Yeah, cruising on in. This should be a pretty impressive dollar amount for hard economy. That's awesome. 50,000. That's 2 months worth, though. So we're now with the sawmill. We're definitely making enough to make that payment. So that tells me we got like a $240,000 budget, and I'm gonna save myself from another fee we talked about right now. Oh, did they pick them up already? I did not. We're not gonna do it that way. That's gonna cost us $1,000. We're not gonna do that. So we have a budget now. We basically know we can make our payment every month with, well, for the most part, with the sawmill. Where am I going with this? I'm not completely sure where I'm going with it. We are going to park this right here for now. I think that is fine out of the way. Before I forget, we're going to go into Easy Dev Controls and remove 10,000. And that is our payment to Bailey for all the times he's helped us out. Are you guys out of food too? Oh, not bad. They're going slowly through it. How's this going out here? Like they're slowly making progress. Oh, I can see in the simple inspector, they still got a lot of lime. And we'll have to pay attention when it's a good time to sell the wood chips that are building up in there. Let's go get the mineral feed. All right, we can get both of those like that. Hey, there goes the robot. All right, we got them all brought over here. Now it's time to, you know, do we decide, do we start planting some alfalfa? Do we start spending some money? I think we get the alfalfa planted first. All right, we're gonna put this one right here and sneak it in the back. Grab the 8R. Probably should spend money on a pressure washer as well. I would like a drive-through washing station is what I would really like. An automated drive-through washing station. All right, so that's not good. Let's line up a little better there. See if we can manhandle it now. We can. Going, all right. But what I was, well, we're gonna take it with us because we might, okay, we might spend some money. Oh, ugh. No tabbing. Yes, we're gonna go with this. And we're gonna evaluate something when we get to the store because I don't like this. I don't like how this thing turns to begin with, but no-till is definitely a requirement if we do an upgrade. I do remember being annoyed by this, so we're gonna take a look though. Just in case, let's go ahead and empty the seed. And we'll start evaluating it once we know what we're gonna sell this for, potentially. Might as well do some repairs while we're here in case we keep it. 113,000, okay. In that same menu, we should be able to see, we could go up to 400 and, well, what are we at right now? For $0? Why is that? We're going to remove this while we're here. I don't know why that is, but we're doing it. Absolutely. We're getting that horsepower upgrade. 458 horsepower. And let's look at what we can get for a seeder for that. 458. So this is what we have. 8 meters wide. Does not require cultivation. So 12 meters wide. Does not require cultivation and also takes fertilizer. And that's it on the stuff we have, really. 15 meters wide. Does require cultivation. This one is 9 meters. I think this is the winner. I know we've probably used it a lot. And we're going to do the biggest upgrade we can. As far as fertilizer and seed go. So let's go ahead and buy that. $198,000 there spent. But then we're also going to come right here and make 113 of that back. And whoa, what kind of fertilizer was that? Oh, we should do repairs on this while we're here too. 7 grand. That's okay. We're still at 154,000. I think this is well spent money. I believe this is solid fertilizer, but I want to double check. We do have solid fertilizer, plenty of it at home. And that should have been something that I should have paid attention to picking this out. We'll get that wheat added. It is solid. Perfect. So we just need to buy some more seeds. We'll buy 2,000 worth. We might buy more just to get this thing full for now. Yeah, that'll do for now. 2,300. So we got a width upgrade, and we are going to be able to do the fertilizer and planting in one go now. Huge upgrade. Solid fertilizer. We had 44,000 in there still, and lime's looking okay on that field still. There's no way they don't need lime. Get that whole field done. That would be insane. All right, let's head out. Let's get some alfalfa planted. That was a long build up there. All right, unfolding. We get the course enabled here. Maybe I have. I just say I don't know if I've used this one, but I think I have. Get lowered. Nope, lowered. Locked in. Turned it on. And we're getting some alfalfa in the ground, and it looks like not much of a fertilizer requirement here. This feels a little off. Let's get it. It doesn't seem to be perfectly straight. It's like pulling to the left a little bit. Is that my imagination? It's not. I think it'll be okay though. Yeah, it's just missing. I don't know if that's something we're gonna have to reset here. Try to back up and see if this will help when we do it this way. Nope, whipped it a little too much there too. All right, so this is lined up pretty good. Now we lower it, and I think that's better. That was interesting. And you guys are like, you're so weird. It's fine. So 101, yeah, it's floating around, barely needing to apply any fertilizer, and that should put it in a good state. Let's go ahead and stop and take a look at that. We hop back here. Yeah, pH okay to perfect. And nitrogen is a little bit more than it needs, so it's going to be good. Expected yield is going to be 116%. Out of a possible 125, and crop rotation showing 100. Okay, let's keep on cruising. I do have some rain that just started here. It seems like we're able to handle it. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that's a big find there. Hitting a car. It looks like it is, you know, we are digging into the ground a little bit more, or we were on that headland. Try to get a good look here. Got the tires. It's hard to see in the lime, especially when we're moving. That's not a bad angle at it right there. So, I don't think it's too terrible to where we need to stop yet. And we're going to see right here what I was talking about. Maybe not. Maybe I was crazy. Yeah, there's a little speck that we missed because it wasn't lined up at the start. Haha. Got you guys. All right, time to focus. Get this alfalfa in the ground. All right, we do have the tank empty over here. We're going to jog on over, get them reloaded. Looks like they have the headlands to do, and I'm interested. Like, they do have that small section, but man, they got far off of that single load of lime here. A little wet. It's all right, though. Yeah, based off of that, they definitely should only need to be filled up one more time. We still have 20,000 in here, so a little bit for next year as well. All right, should be able to just hand that back over now. There they go. All right. Didn't want to take some time to come over here. 27,000 wood, so I think we'll want to, before the end of the day, add some more in there. All right, let's get back to the alfalfa planting. We're seeding, I guess. We're seeding it, getting a workout, jogging through the fields, getting a ton of lime on our shoes. All right. Not too much to do here. Just, what, 3 more passes? Not bad. I don't think I've done alfalfa in FS25 yet. I assume the growth stages are the same as grass. I think it is just a crop that is basically using all of the same functionality. What's the struggle? Is it getting that wet out here? Starting to slip? Oh, boy. Guess it is coming down heavier. Doesn't seem too uphill, but we'll turn around and get the little area that we haven't gotten yet. Yeah, it's getting pretty muddy out here. I wanted to get the oats in the ground. I mean, it's raining the rest of the day. We're got to do it. We got to get the oats in the ground. No, that's the wrong button. What a big field here. Let's go ahead. Oh, boy. Locked in, get turned on, and we getting some oats in the ground on field number... What is that? I forget the number here, but this is the big boy. This is the biggest field we have. And we chose oats this year because of the crop rotation bonus. Not taking into account, you know, profits, but it's going by straight percentages this time around. Yeah, it's muddy. And we don't have completely green trees yet here in March, so spring's not completely in all full effect yet. But I think what we'll do is 2 headlands here before we hand over to a worker, and we got to do some fertilizing on the wheat field. So, all right, I'm going to do 2 headlands. I'll see you then. All right, we're going to find out if we can get this in a better situation for the conditions. Let's go put some different tires on. We're only going 4 miles an hour. All right, let's see. I feel like this is what we want. We're going to give this a shot here. So $16,000 spent. I mean, we were spending no money, and now we can't stop spending money. Man, this is a totally different tractor. This thing's a beast. Now, looking at these tires, I don't think this is what we wanted, but I've never used this setup before. I don't think I've ever had it dual in both front and back, but this will be a good opportunity to see right here. Good test. See if this is even going to make a difference. All right, let's get this lined up pretty good here. All right, there should do it. And not much difference. I feel like it is, I don't know. Not much difference. I feel like the weights, the wheel weights would just sink more. So maybe that is the toughest part of the field, to going uphill there, but I don't know. We'll find out here. And this direction should be mostly downhill, so it should be fine. All right, back at it. Boy, this field is huge. Not even done with 2 headlands yet. Just gonna take some time. Man. I think we will need more seed as well. But we are gonna hand over to a worker. They're almost out of lime now, and I don't know. They're slow. I mean, that's a big field too, but they're slow. All right, so we should just have to go like this. Hold down the helper button, switch it, tap the button, and they should take over. All right, they're going to take that over. We're going to find the other John Deere. Are they going to run out of lime? They might. We might have to fill them up again. Do they have one more pass here? Yeah. But we need that, actually. So let's just go over there and finish it for them. Once they start turning, we'll take over. Right like that. And it shouldn't be too long just to get this part done. And then we're going to want to switch over to fertilizer and go out to the leased field, the first one we leased. But I think we do want to switch to the other John Deere that has the row tires so we don't damage the crops. All right, all done with the lime. I don't remember if we can just drop it in here or if we have to manually put it back. I know the fertilizer, we do have to get the front loader out and lift it to put them back away. So this one we'll find out here. Nah, we have to unload it. We have to do that. We'll fix that later. But let's get some fertilizer and switch tractors. Yeah. So let's go ahead and drop this here. Everything attached. The Massey out of the way. Does this not have... They're not skinny. I swear. Maybe I'm getting series confused. But we'll go over to the... We might have switched it at some point. We will go over to the workshop and take a look, though. I'm getting confused now. Oh, we used a seeder that didn't have fertilizer. That's why we need to fertilize. Like, I totally spaced that when we planted in the fall. So realistically, this probably... Rear narrow tires. Narrow tires. This is what we want. Okay. This probably... Alrighty, let's jump out. We'll take a look at the field data here. And we'll make sure we're right before we get started here. Yeah, nitrogen's bad. So we did not do nitrogen. Yield only 69. It's only going to get up to 89%. Ooh, this might not have been the best lease, but That's all right. Now we're playing as realistic as we can within... Why are the back... Oh boy. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it, but we're going to do it a little differently. Let's jump in the store and test something real quick. Okay, I must be thinking of something different. We're going to head back, get some narrow tires put on the back as well. Another $1,000. Ugh, so much spending today. All right, this is going to work. There we go. Perfect. Wasting a little bit there getting this started, but on our way, getting some fertilizer put on our leased field here so we can get at least 89% bonus. Let's get it done. All right, I think what we're going to do is finish the rest of this off camera. There's so much to do, and it's a lot of big jobs, and I'm having a hard time figuring out what to talk about, if I'm being completely honest. So I will catch you guys on the next episode. Thank you for hanging out. I'll catch you then.